Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fortress Comic News, episode 321. I am one of your hosts, Chris, alongside my co-host here, Mike. What's going on, Mike?
321. Not a whole lot, man.
321.
321. I hear we might have a couple interviews this week. Today we're gonna be chatting with Kyle Merrill. Gonna have a project up on Zoop. It's a pretty cool one. If you like comics, if you like food, which, hey, that's me. That's me, baby. Food and comics. That
I
pretty
like to
much
cook.
sums me up.
I like to eat.
Yes, I like to eat and I like to cook. I mostly like to cook because I like to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's a necessity. I mean, I do like to cook.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
do.
a necessity because
If I
I
don't,
live alone.
yeah. Well, if I don't cook, then I have to wait like 2 to 3 hours after I get home to eat, which is hangry Mike does not like that. So
Hangry Mike.
Yeah, you don't like me when I'm hangry.
Can I tell you how hard it is to say I live alone and not sound depressing?
Nah, hey, I did it for 6 years, and believe me, you're doing better than I am because my cooking at home would be I would buy like those pre-made. You want to hear how sad this is? Those pre-made like chicken breasts at like your local Price Chopper or Hannaford, I don't know, wherever you guys shop, Kroger, whatever part of the U.S. you're in. And then I would get like the steamed veggies, and I would just throw all that shit in the microwave, and that would be my meal. Now I like actually enjoy cooking because I'm like, wow, this shit could taste a lot better if you just take a little bit of extra time.
I've been making my own breakfast sandwiches for the week.
Oh,
So
that sounds
before I
good.
did this, I cooked up a bunch of eggs with bacon and cheddar.
Oh yeah.
And then I got keto thins.
Okay.
Put them on. Yeah.
Those are like
Saving
wheat,
some money.
like wheat thins, but now they're keto thins.
Yeah. Like the thin bread sandwich things they make?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that, but it's keto bread.
I do like how most of these diet things are like they're not the recipe isn't changed much. It's just extremely like paper thin. Like we know you want something there, but we can't give you that much more than this. So here you go, something to put your sandwich on.
Well, yeah, I don't eat a ton of bread
Yeah.
other than like my breakfast sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
But when I do, I eat keto bread. But you can get just regular keto bread. It tastes like ass, but
Yeah. Right.
that's what you got to do to look this
As,
good, Mike.
yeah. Hey, I got to commend you. You lost a lot of weight. You're staying in shape. Good for you, man. That's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy to eat healthy either because damn, cheeseburgers are so good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they
Anyways,
are.
we could talk about food. We don't get to talk about food a lot on the show, but we get to do it today because it's a comic about food, and it's an anthology. We're going to talk about it later with Kyle. I'm pretty excited about it if you can't tell. And yeah, I think we'll just jump into the news.
Yeah, some good stuff this week.
T minus 1 week until I'm sitting in the theater. Well, T minus less than a week. I will be seeing The Flash next Sunday at like 11 a.m.
Yes, so. And I will be in the theaters watching Batman next week.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Batman. And you can all pray for me because we need all the support we can get.
If this movie is bad, everybody, then I want everybody's eyes on Mike because we will be on suicide watch.
What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to spin it that it's good? I don't know if I can.
I don't know. You DC fans will figure it out.
I don't know. We'll figure out a way. We're like that one scene. I always hear it all the time. Batman versus Superman. That one scene in the warehouse where Batman beat the shit out of those guys. That was awesome. I'm like, you realize that was 12 minutes out of like a 3-hour movie. They're like, but that
all
one
erased
scene,
by Martha.
Yeah, that one scene in that movie where you had Lex Luthor shooting hoops. I didn't forget. Lex Luthor was b-balling.
I did forget, and I was a better person for it, Mike.
Yeah, we had Fresh Prince Lex Luthor b-balling. Yeah, it was interesting stuff. Anyways, we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole again. But we do have a little bit of movie news. Captain America 4 has been rumored to have a title change, and now we know that to be true. The new title for the movie is Captain America Brave New World. Man, Brave New World sounds like a really like Disney-esque or Pixar movie.
It's funny. They went from New World Order, which NWO.
Yep.
To the name of an Maiden album.
Yeah.
Uh, sure. I mean, just show me the movie.
Now but we could still pick the shit out of this, even though we have his title. Do you believe they mean new world as in multiverse, or do you think they mean new world as in outer space? What if okay, here's okay, I'm just gonna go off on a limb here. We haven't heard anything about Jonathan Majors. All right, I'm not gonna talk about that incident, the very scandalous one. But what I will say is if there is a big retcon coming, what if the Captain America movie is him going to like is it the Ultimates universe and just being like, bam, this is our Marvel universe now. It won't be that, but
I. It's hard to pick this one apart. I mean, we know the Serpent Society is the big villain.
right.
I
Do you
could
think
see the theme of the movie being like, racism or something because we got Sam
they're gonna
McCowell.
they're gonna go like the Watchmen route, the new
Yeah,
Watchmen?
like Servant Society could be a like supremacist group of some sort. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think we know enough, but I doubt it's outer space. I mean, obviously, multiverse shit's gonna have something to do with it. I mean, that's
yeah,
that's we're in the multiverse fucking phase or whatever.
right.
But I just want to see. I mean, obviously, this movie's on hold, like everything else in the fucking world. But the title means not. This title doesn't say something direct to me. It's not like when they said Captain America, Winter Soldier, and I'm like,
Right.
holy fuck, I know
Holy
exactly what this
shit!
is.
It's a Winter Soldier.
Yeah, this just says like it almost just feels like, hey, new Captain America, everybody, bam, Brave
Yeah,
New World, like yeah.
right. Yeah, okay, that could be it too.
So
Yeah, that wouldn't be as cool as like another universe, but all right, I do see that.
yeah, I'm sure there'll be something universal about, like multiversal about it.
It could challenge the fact that like yeah, like you said, the racism of like Sam being Captain America. Like yeah, this is awesome. This is what I've always wanted, and then bam, people are a piece of shit to you
Well,
because you're Captain America.
I mean, go back and read the first couple volumes of Sam's Cap run. Like
Yeah.
it's him fighting basically Confederate laden
Mm-hmm.
like militia group. Like I
Yep.
mean, that was the theme of the book was him fighting against these things. So I could see it, and we're bringing in I'm forgetting the dude's name, but the new Falcon as well,
Oh yeah.
who's Hispanic. And I remember that was another thing in that run was there was a thing about fighting at the border.
Yep.
All like there's yeah. So there's I'm sure those themes will be in there, but this title doesn't scream much to me.
Yeah.
If they take Sam to space, I'm gonna be like, this is not Fast and Furious, everybody. Like, can we calm the fuck down?
Yeah. Let's chill. We don't have enough duct tape for this. Let's
There's no
just
family in this movie, all right?
yeah. Um Marvel Studios revealed a new trailer for the Disney Plus Stan Lee documentary. I've not seen it yet, but the doc will release on June 16th. Yeah, which is next weekend when Flash comes out. But I'm definitely interested in watching that for sure.
Yeah, I'll watch it. It looks good. It looks fun. I mean, I've watched a few Stanley docs over the years. Read a few Stanley books over the I mean, biographies over the years.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting. What I like about this one is a lot of the footage they showed was him during the MCU era doing his cameos and stuff. So
Okay.
I think they'll delve deeper into some of the stuff that isn't talked about with Stan, which is the later years of his life when he got to see his creations become these giant things,
Yeah.
his co-creations. But so it'll be interesting. But I'll 100% be there to check it out.
Yeah. The um, I'm interested to see how it comes about. I'm sure it's going to be pretty sad too.
Oh yeah, there. I forget the one I watched, but there's one that came out right around the time his wife passed away, and dude, you want to talk about a tearjerker because the whole second half of that doc was him and his wife's relationship, which they were together for like 50, 60 years or
Yeah, a
something.
long time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it just, dude, you're bawling at the end of it
Hmm.
because it's she literally died like the year it came out, so of course they added it to the doc.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
sad. Something that's not so sad. Chris saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
no, not sad at all. except
Yeah.
also very sad.
Also, there's
Uh,
probably some sad parts. Yeah. I saw you tweet about the Spot, so obviously the Spot shows up.
oh, Spot's the villain because Spot
Oh,
is the greatest supervillain of all
I guess I didn't
time.
realize the Spot was the whole villain. That's amazing.
Yeah, so this is the first part of the two-part that they're doing.
Oh, it is two parts. Okay.
Yeah, they at the end of the movie they show like Miles will be back with, and it's Beyond the Spider Verse, I think it's called. Yeah, I know.
Are you serious? Can we like get some other like tense words? I don't know. I mean, Batman Beyond. Anyways, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't want to poo poo this.
It's I mean, once you see the movie, it'll make sense.
Yeah.
I'll say okay. So if I'm rating it, it's a fucking 10 out of 10, dude.
Awesome. Awesome. I love to hear
It's
that.
so fucking good. Like you saw the first one, so like the comic booky style of the animation and how they did things. Like they
Yep.
doubled down on that in this.
Amazing. Okay.
There's like moments where they use words that don't make sense, and like if you don't know what they're talking about, they don't make sense. So they put little editor notes at the bottom of the
Oh, I
fucking
love that.
screen.
Yeah.
Uh, all the characters are awesome. Like 2099 Spider-Man is perfect.
Is he? Yeah.
Dude, the sequence where they're walking through New York and it's all the different spider people,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got, punk rock Spider-Man, you've got, or Spider Punk.
Spider Punk. Yep.
You've
Yep.
got, dude, the T-Rex Spider-Man shows up, Insomniac Spider-Man, like
Oh my god.
everyone's there.
I love it.
And it's just a phenomenal scene that like culminates in this huge moment too that is just amazing.
Yeah.
Uh it was kind of spoiled for everybody, but Donald Glover's in the movie, like
Oh,
live action Donald Glover's in the
wait.
movie.
What? Oh my god.
So there are live action scenes in this movie, like quick. There's nothing like big, but like they'll show moments. So there's a moment where Spider-Man 2099 is like explaining to Miles what it means to be a Spider-Man. And like they'll show it through webs because it's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And there'll be little like holes in the webs where they're showing different scenes from different moments in Spider-Man's life.
Uh
And
huh.
like they'll show the old cartoon, and then they'll show Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man,
Oh,
one of
nice.
them, and
Nice.
stuff like that. And then they're just walking through this prison where they find all these villains and everything that jumped multiverses.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them's Donald Glover's Prowler, live
Oh,
action,
wow.
just as they're walking through this animated sequence.
That's so cool.
But it works. It's so fucking good, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And my favorite part of the whole movie, so Ben Riley's in it, and I think
Okay.
Andy Samberg voices him.
Okay.
He's not in it very long, which is good
Yeah.
because the way they use him is so funny. Like they do an over the top, like he's a 90s dark hero,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like making these comments about like, now I'm standing in the superhero position, like stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And it's a little cheesy, but it's funny, and it's one of those things where if they didn't get rid of him as quickly as they did, it could have been overdone. But he's in there for like quick 5 minutes
Mm-hmm.
maybe,
Yeah.
and he becomes my favorite character in the whole movie because of
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah, everybody go see it. It's a very special movie. If I had to like make a comparison, and this is lofty for me because we were talking about one of my all-time favorite movies, but in not only in the quality, but the the way the movie plays and everything, this is the Empire Strikes Back of these Spider-Man movies.
Wow. Damn. All right.
Yeah, it's
That's
so
awesome.
good.
Yeah, I need to watch. I'm gonna watch the first one before I see this one again. But I'm super pumped to watch it now. And dealing with the multiverse, I knew they were gonna do some fun shit. So
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff in here. And the
uh,
animation's so fucking good, dude.
yeah,
It's so good. Like they do different animation styles for things too, and they mesh it so well.
yeah, that's so
It's you.
cool. I love that. Yeah, it really, man. Like if they just take the time to do the right animation with these things, it completely changes everything.
Yeah, and I guess these two movies were animated together and like shot together and all that.
Okay,
So
that's cool.
there isn't going to be it's going to be next year, but it's not like there's going to be some delay or something because the movie's done.
Yeah, awesome. Comic. news. Uh, Marvel announced a new Avengers ongoing series coming this fall titled, oh man, we're already talking about fall releases, Avengers Incorporated. This series will be led by the Wasp, Janet Van Dyne, and will be written by Al Ewing and art by Leonard Kirk. That's pretty cool because it looks like an espionage book, and we know Chris loves the Avengers and espionage, so this is pretty sick. I love that cover.
Yeah, I think it's a Greg Land cover too.
Oh, that's nice.
Uh, yeah, I want more info on it. Like,
Yeah,
give
right.
me more, but
Yeah.
I'm usually there for a new Avengers book unless it's like a really out there premise, but just based on that cover, the creative team,
Hmm.
I'm in. Like, Janet's a cool character. I
Yeah,
mean, she's one of the original Avengers, so
right.
it works. And yeah, I mean, Marvel just wants my money because they announced a few things here that I'm definitely all
Yeah, this
about.
is
But
crazy. This next one is pretty insane. Marvel's finally entered the crossover game with their new 4-issue series, Predator versus Wolverine, and I never thought that'd be a thing I'd say this year. The series will launch in September, be written by Benjamin Percy with art by Greg Land. It's interesting because it's being published under Marvel's 20th Century Fox imprint, so it's got the movie imprint in the top left. Dude, this cover looks awesome, and this is a book that I didn't know I wanted.
I honestly, so looking at the book itself, I'm not like super hyped about those two characters. Like, I like Predator just
Yeah,
fine, but I'm not like really an X-Men just guy.
yeah.
But I will buy it to support the idea that we need more crossovers at Marvel.
Oh yeah, fun shit like this.
Yeah, like, I want more of this. My only concern here is, so it was interesting to me that it's the 20th Century Fox imprint.
Yeah,
It's also interesting to me that Predator gets top billing.
that's true. It's not Wolverine versus Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
So I don't know if that's to keep it at that imprint, or if it's just alphabetical or what they did. But my only concern here is that this will only be a 20th Century Studios thing, like,
Yeah,
because we all know what I want. I want Star Wars Marvel,
yeah,
like.
right. Yeah, that's what you want. Yeah,
But I mean, if I get Apes Marvel out of
Apes.
this,
Yeah, Apes Marvel is what you want.
yeah, like Cap and Planet of the Apes, like, or
Yeah,
I'll be down. So I will definitely buy this strictly to support and show them financially, like, yes, more of this.
more of this, please, because that's a lot of fun. A few months ago, it was announced that Jonathan Hickman would be writing a series titled Ultimate Invasion. Most of us thought it would be the return of the Ultimate Universe. Well, this week we learned that that was true, as Jonathan Hickman, alongside artist Stefano Caselli, are releasing a one-shot comic titled Ultimate Universe #1. It is said that it'll be the primer for the new Ultimate Universe line of comics. Uh, yeah, and that's a pretty cool cover with Cap at the helm, and I think this is pretty hype.
It's the most hype thing that has happened in a long time for me, Mike.
Yeah, I know
I
you love the
love
Ultimate. Yeah,
it. Yeah. I think it's interesting. We get the Trinity in the front. We get Cap, Thor, Iron Man.
yep.
I'm I'm gonna
Spider
enlarge
Man.
in this.
Mm-hmm.
That's Spider-Man. That's looks like Black Panther,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot tell you who the fuck that other one is.
The bottom right looks like the top.
Yeah, it's like Top Man.
Top man. Yeah, that's pretty hype.
Now I'm just waiting because this will come out, and then next month we're gonna get the big announcement. So next month is July, everybody.
Yeah.
So July means San Diego Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm expecting this San Diego Comic-Con to break my brain
Yeah.
because
Something big's gotta come.
we've got ROM and Micronauts at Marvel for reprints.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the place to announce a new series.
Yep.
Ultimates is back. That would be the place to announce like the lineup for the Ultimate Universe.
Show some screenshots.
Yeah. So that's giving me another month to live. Like,
Yeah, come on, man. Let's go. Give us more shit.
Yeah, I'm so happy about this. I cannot believe.
Yeah, this is gonna be cool, and this is I'm excited because it's like a jumping on point for me if I want to get back into it. Issue one, Jonathan Hickman.
Yeah, and Ultimate Invasion comes out next week. So
Okay, cool.
the big crossover that's going to kind of introduce this whole thing comes out, and then this number one comes out. So I'm going to be back in the thick of the Ultimates universe. I'm so excited. So
Yeah,
fucking excited.
I think the last Ultimate thing I read was uh, Mark Miller, Fantastic Four. Does that sound about right?
Yep, and that was near the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a great run though.
It is a really good
I
run.
really like that Fantastic Four.
Um, all right, some DC news. DC has announced that another longtime Marvel writer will be working on a title. What? The series Birds of Prey, and the writer is Kelly Thompson, working with artist Leonardo Romero. New Birds of Prey will feature the team of Harley Quinn, Cassandra Cain, Big Barda, okay, Black Canary, and Zealot. That's a pretty cool team up, and big Kelly Thompson fan. So good for her, working on some DC stuff. That is a pretty dope cover. I do like Cassandra Cain's bat suit. I think that's really sick.
Yeah,
And I'm a huge Big Barda fan, so maybe I'll check this out.
I love the Cassandra Cain batsuit.
Yeah,
It's pretty fantastic.
and
I won't be checking this
I
out
don't
though.
know, I don't know Zealot that much, but I like that she has ninja swords, so that's pretty cool. But I am a big Barda. I'm a New Gods fan, so
I was when I'm doing the research for the show and looking at it,
yeah,
I was like, Big Barda, like that's pretty
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. You didn't know Big Barda and oh man, the is part of the New Gods, but she was in the Tom King run of I keep wanting to say Vision, but it's the DC version that he did. Uh,
Oh, Mr.
Mr.
Miracle.
Miracle. Yeah. Yeah, so him and Big Barda are like having a kid or married or in a relationship in that book. So
Oh,
they're
so
like
she
together.
preggers in this book.
I don't know, maybe. She could be. Who knows? But she's like super tall and she's like way more badass than Wonder Woman. She wears like battle armor and stuff. She's got this mace. It's
Oh, yeah,
sick.
Big Barda is a badass. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's cool. It's not for me.
Yeah.
But I do think it's pretty awesome that Big Barda's in the team. Like,
Yeah. It makes
it's just
sense.
it makes sense, but it's
Yeah.
all at the same time a very strange addition. So I'm like, that's
I,
cool.
I will say I like to see some new characters in there. Not it's not the same run of the mill like DC slate of characters we usually see.
Yeah.
I think that is cool. The change up here.
I did find it funny when they were doing the announcement of it and they're like talking about the team and they
Uh-huh.
saved Harley for last as if like we all didn't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
that it's going to be
Oh. Oh
like
no.
that's like at this point like Birds of Prey is Harley Quinn. So of
Right.
course she's on the team.
Yeah. Oh no, she's not going to be on the team, guys. You'll never read it. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Did you
Um. Yeah.
did you see this is off Birds of Prey. Did you see the new Kirkman book coming out next week?
I did not. I'm not.
Okay. So this is interesting. So Void Rivals is the book.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I pre-ordered it because it's a Kirkman book, and I
Right.
love me some Kirkman.
Of course.
And it's announced this week that the book is actually a Transformers GI Joe book.
Wait. What?
Yes.
So they like pulled a fast one on you?
So they didn't announce anything, but apparently Skybound got the rights to do GI Joe and Transformers now.
Interesting.
And this is the book. And I've talked to some people that hate like I understand some retailers didn't like this the way they did this because
Yeah, for
they would have
sure.
ordered more books if they knew, but
Right.
I like what Kirkman's been doing where like he's got fuck you money at this point.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
So he's just like I'm going to have fun and he's makes this book, puts it out there and just you look at the cover, you would never know it's a GI Joe Transformers book. It's just it
Right.
looks like a space book or something.
Yeah.
And then he just a week before was like, "Oh, by the way, everybody, bam, here it is." I was like, "I mean, I already bought it, so I'm gonna check
Yeah,
it
right.
out. I
Right.
already pre-ordered, I should say." But yeah, I thought that was interesting, and it does lead into my theory that Rom and Micronauts are going to be officially back at Marvel because they were very specific in the announcement that's just GI Joe and Transformers.
Okay,
So
interesting.
Hasbro, I feel like Hasbro would have just said Skybound has the Hasbro license if they were going to
Right.
get everything.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting.
That is pretty awesome. Yeah. And I feel like I feel bad for the G.I. Joe Transformer fans. So they're like, oh shit, I didn't pre order this book. Like,
Now they get the hunt.
yeah, now they got to hunt for him. So that sucks. But either way, that's pretty cool. Good for Kirkman.
You know what?
Uh,
It you say it sucks. I kind of like the hunt sometimes.
yeah. Yeah, I guess. I
Dude, I
guess.
remember, and mind you, it was a complete waste of my money because I don't care about it anymore. But I remember in like the thrall of the fucking amiibo days,
Yeah.
hunting them down was like
I think like
90% of the fun.
stuff that's like available in big box stores, okay, but like for the comics where these guys are only ordering stuff for the ones that pre-ordered it, and then you got to go to eBay and get them for like $30 a copy. You're like, come on.
Or you just go to Midtown and say,
Yeah, that's true. Just pre-order online.
yeah.
That's always an option.
And
Um,
then someone like me who doesn't care is going to get their copy because they
hell
were a
yeah.
Kirkman fan.
Yep. Hell yeah. Um, all right. So, what did you read this week? Because I didn't get to any of my books. It's been another one of those weeks.
All right, this will be a short one then because I didn't get to a whole bunch.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
I will be reading some comics this week, though, for sure.
So I'll start here. I finally read Kaiju number 8,
Oh, nice.
volume 1. This book was sold in the wrong way to me by everybody, so I'm going to sell it to the right way to
Okay.
everybody like
Let's hear
me.
it. Yeah,
So while it does start off as like damage control for kaijus, that
yeah.
quickly goes away. This is a Marvel influenced book. This is a Stan Lee superhero book.
It's true. Yeah.
Like,
Powers from a terrible incident.
yeah, like it's a I mean, it's obviously got a lot of Japanese flavor to it, but
Yeah.
it's a guy who basically gets this weird kaiju thing in
Hmm.
him and he becomes like Kaiju Man.
Yeah.
Like he's a superhero, but he has
Right.
to hide himself and all this stuff. It's the
Yeah.
Spider-Man story. Like
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I didn't think about that.
and it's fantastic. I loved every page of it. It's
Nice.
I'm 100% like this is now my number one. I got to read the rest of it. So I'm going to
Nice.
be ordering the rest of it here soon.
I think there's like 6 volumes out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
I'll be kidding him.
Yep.
It's the art's really cool. I like the story, like, and it does have like. While I say it's a Marvel influenced book, it's Marvel influence with the Japanese flair, where like it still has that Japanese style of like
Hmm.
he
Yep.
has to go to this university to do this thing and
Right.
all that. So I loved it. I think everybody should go check this one out.
Yeah. It's really good. One of my favorites.
Batman number 136. So
I don't know how you top the last issue of Batman. Is all I'm saying, but
you don't. It's. I mean, it's not. It's not going to happen.
everything else, we're starting back at the bottom of the hill, right? Like we're climbing back up the hill.
It's It's Batman. Like it's Bruce back in his universe and him kind of dealing with the consequences of what's happened in the last 2 story arcs, and you know everybody kind of telling him like you need to stay home and like rest and everything, and him being Batman and refusing to do so, and then the Bat family basically tricks him into coming home and doing like a big home cooked dinner. So it's like it's an off issue, but it's
Hmm.
really good. It's sweet, and it just fits in the mold of like Bruce being Bruce, and then the family kind of bringing him back down to reality. So I enjoyed it. And the second story is all. I read this like a week ago. It feels like because I'm not remembering. Oh yeah, the second story is about how he built the robot
Oh, the failsafe.
failsafe. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's I don't know. It was okay. It's just like him turning into Zernar and
Hmm.
then building the robot, and then he just turns back and like goes back to being Batman. So
Mm.
it's like a quick kind of side story.
Interesting.
Um, but still, been a good series.
Yeah, it has. Chip's killing it.
Adventures of Superman John Kent number 4. Uh, we got John he's being told to stay at the Hall of Justice and the Injustice universe. But of course he doesn't listen. He goes to find Batman and has a confrontation with him he's basically trying to figure out like who's right and who's wrong in this universe, and what he's kind of realizing is that there's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
That like both sides are kind of screwed up.
Yeah, both sides suck.
And then he goes and tries to find his multiversal version of his boyfriend
Mm.
and talk to him, because that's somebody who he trusts, his judgment or whatever.
Hmm.
And when that happens, he gets kind of the answer he wants, where he's like, okay, so this whole thing, even though it looks one way on the outside, it's obvious that Superman is not right in this universe.
Yeah.
And when he leaves, Damian comes and threatens the boyfriend, the multiversal boyfriend. So it was a good issue, but
Hmm.
it was a down issue from the last couple, but an
Yeah, right.
important issue to get the story to where it needs to
So
be.
yeah, to move it forward. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's understandable.
Shazam #2.
Oh shit.
So you remember the last issue, Shazam kind of freaked out on everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and we're
Started
dealing with the consequences of that. So the family's
being a
trying to
dick.
figure out what happened. Billy doesn't really know. He just knows that he was kind of filled with rage in that moment. And then as they're talking about it, a talking dinosaur with a monocle and a top hat comes to the door.
Okay.
Oh, I
What the
love
hell?
fucking Shazam. And this dinosaur is a galactic lawyer from the dinosaur planet. And apparently, when Billy, did you read the last issue?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. So when Billy helped uh, those dinosaurs with their spaceship,
Yeah.
he did it illegally according to galactic law.
Oh my god.
So now he has to sign all this paperwork. It's a fantastic scene. And he
That's
quickly
amazing.
like leaves and is like, I can't deal with this shit. When Psycho Pirate attacks a museum and Billy has to stop him. And he comes to the conclusion that the reason he freaked out is because of Psycho Pirate, because
Yeah.
as we all know, his powers are to manipulate feelings and all that. And during the fight, something happens which makes Billy realize that that's not what happened. So he still needs to figure out what's going on inside of him.
Interesting.
So really good issue. I'm liking the story, and where it left off. Obviously, it's not going to end the way it ended here, but it was
Mhm.
interesting to see where he takes that.
That's cool.
And then Peacemaker tries hard #2.
Yeah, I gotta read that book.
That's so fucking good. So he gets his mission in the last issue, and then him and the gorilla uh, go back to his trailer to find the correct helmet for the mission.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
And what's great is they show the wall of helmets, and like he has the shrinkage helmet, which made me laugh,
Oh, that's
and
funny.
then the Bane voice helmet.
Oh my god.
But the helmet he chooses is the fuck beam helmet. And they go to this place. On the way, become kind of friends by like blaring 80s metal and riding in his car. And when they get there, they discover it wasn't what they thought it was. That it's like this off-site location that has almost nobody there. But the who is there is the Demolition Team,
Oh
which is a
boy.
supervillain group of demolition themed villains.
Of course it is. Oh my
Not
god.
not at all like the Marvel demolition themed villains, but you know, we
Yeah.
borrow from each other. It's fine.
Of course. Okay, that's okay.
And they're villains because in order to power their machine, they're going to fill it with kittens
Oh
that
my
they're going
god.
to kill.
Oh my god.
So they fight them. There's a great joke in here where like one of the people won't fight because he's on his union mandatory break.
Oh, that's funny.
And then they go to the back room. They complete their mission, and the gorilla um, backstabs Peacemaker, and that's kind of where we leave it.
Mm.
Once again, if you like the Peacemaker TV show,
That's the
this
book.
this is the book. I mean, it's that Peacemaker.
That's awesome.
It's got 80s metal in it. It's got everything from that show. So I absolutely love it.
Amazing. I gotta check it out.
And the last book I read, because I actually read a digital comic this week,
What?
was Dark Knights of Steel #11.
Oh yeah, shit. I gotta read that too. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was a really good issue. It's dealing with the backlash of the last issue, like Batman trying to figure out who Alfred really is.
Okay.
The Martians kind of showing what they're willing to do to win. The fact that they got that big chunk of kryptonite and now they're making a bunch of kryptonite swords to fight the House of L.
Mm-hmm.
All the prophets from the three nations come together for a scene in this and are talking about how like Constantine was wrong with his prediction and everything. It's a really great issue. It's really sad to me that this book is taking so long to finish
I know. It's
because
like,
it
come
is
on.
so good.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm actually kind of excited for it to come out in a collected edition so I can just sit down and read it in like 1 or 2 sittings because I
Me
think
too.
it'll read much better that way.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with
But
you.
it is a good issue. But Mike, that is everything I read this week. Where could people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Fortress Ricker on Twitter. Where can they find you and or the show?
You can find me at Fortress Chris on Twitter and the show at Fortress Comics _ on Twitter. Also at fortresscomicnews.com. Remember, everybody, if you want to support the show and help us grow, the best way to do it is to give us a 5-star review in podcatcher of your choice, or if you're watching the YouTube version, to like, subscribe, share, comment down below. And if you want to go that extra mile, there's always the Patreon at patreon.com/fortresscomics. So thank you all so much for watching and listening this week. We'll see y'all here next week.